fine. What I want to do is to help you think about what you're doing here at Monash. Can I have a show of hands? Who is in the School of Business? Who's officially in this? Okay. And who is in another school? Okay. I love you too. I love you too. Welcome. Okay. Who is from another country other than Malaysia? Hands up. Okay. I know how you feel. I know how you feel. And seriously, just 30 seconds of my background, I've spent 20 years in Hong Kong. Okay, and 2 years in Singapore. I left Australia over 25 years ago because I wanted to be in Asia, and that's where I am. So I love it here. I want to inspire you in the following way. I've got a question to ask you. How many of you, this is accounting, right? Is this accounting for non-accountants? Right, so it's a general accounting program. Everyone put their hand up, please. Everyone put their hand up. Everyone put their hand up. Okay, hands are working. Good, good, good. All right, so here is the big question. The big question for you. The big question is, how many of you love accounting? Can I have a show of hands? 1, 2, 3. What happened? What's going on? You don't love accounting? Okay, here is your next question. If you don't love accounting, how can you get inspired about a topic if you don't love it? Seriously, there was a stage that I didn't love accounting, but I found out my love because I had other circumstances going on. Here is what I want you to think about. Can you all do you all have a watch? Do you all have a watch? Okay, we're going to do some strategies and tactics. All right, have your pen? Do you have a pen? Got a watch? You got a pen? Okay. And you got a piece of paper? Okay. And the fourth thing is as follows. Are you ready? I'm going to ask all of you to, some of you are still getting your pen out. Have you got a watch with a second hand on it? Those that just come in, please. Plenty of room down the front. Please come down near the front, there's no problem. Okay, what I want you to do now, is to do the following. I want you to take your pulse. Okay. Do you know how to take your pulse? Like, in other words, I want you to record how fast your heart is beating now. Can you do that? I'm not going to take your data, so don't worry, okay? This is your personal thing. All right, so for 15 seconds, you count and you multiply it by 4. Are you ready? So we're going to count for 15 seconds. And then we'll count, okay? So, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Okay, that number, now multiply that by 4. Okay, so this is triage. Okay, when you get sick and go into hospital, they take you into a triage room, they take your pulse, because they want to know if you're still alive. Okay, so what we just did now is, first of all, how many of you, put your hand up if you have a pulse? Okay, good, good, good. All right, next, I want you to think of the following. When was the last time you took your pulse? When was the last time that you felt your heart beating like that? Okay, 30 seconds ago. Okay, all right. My watch says I'm doing 55 beats a minute. Okay, how's yours? Are you lower than that? Bit higher? Why should you be stressed? I'm the one that's talking to you. I should be under stress. Okay, my pulse should be very high. Okay, here's the big question I have for you. Here's the big question I have for you. All right, you just registered something. This is your own engine that you have just felt. You felt your own engine, am I right? Your heart is your engine. Am I right? You just felt it. You just count the beats. But many of you will go through your daily lives not thinking about this little engine of yours. You should take your pulse every day and appreciate you've got an engine that's working for you. You take it for granted. We all take it for granted. We wake up, it's automatically working. We don't have to start it up at the start of the day, right? It's there, it's already working for you. So we take it for granted. It's kind of like a free thing we have. But here's the catch. One day, that engine is going to stop. Listen, one day that engine's going to stop. It is. Am I right? You agree? Okay. So we've got something that it just happens every day. We don't think about it. It just works. But one day it's going to stop. And that engine helps us to move. That engine helps us to think. And we go through our lives making choices every day, not even thinking about the engine. We don't even think about it. But if you have a car, you think about it because you have to start it, you have to fill it with petrol. And if the temperature is going high, then you've got to put water in it, you've got to take the mechanic, you've got to do things with that car every time, a lot of maintenance. But we don't normally think about that when we're young. Maybe until we get older, we start to worry about, our engine's not going to last very long. So, what does this mean for you? You've got an engine that's finite. It's going to stop one day. It's going to stop. That means you only have a finite amount of choices to make in life. Finite, not infinite. Okay? Your mind. So let's take it back to every day. Every day you get up. What are you doing with your mind to make sure that engine and your body is going to go somewhere purposeful in your life? You're in charge. Your mind is in charge of your engine. Your mind is in charge of your body. Are you going to drive it into a ditch? Or are you going to drive it along a road that takes you to a higher level in your life? The choice is yours to make every day. The choice is not something that you wait until after you graduate with a degree and you go into some system they call employment or some system they call a career. The choice and the control you have over your life and where that engine takes you starts today. It starts every day, the choices you make. And when you start to realise, hang on, I'm alive just today. I'm alive today. What choices am I going to make today that will make my tomorrow a better tomorrow? That will make next year a better year? That will make 3 years' time, that will take me to somewhere that I could never believe I would be? What choices are you making today? It's possible that you can do your whole degree in half the time. Half the time. How? By just focusing your mind. You think about the time you spend in unproductive tasks or in entertainment type tasks. It's okay to have a little bit in your life, but the time you spend on distracting tasks. How often do you say no to resources that are available for you? For example, when you join a university, I want you to think about all the resources you have. Number one, do we have a textbook? Okay, we have a textbook. Put your hand up if you've got the textbook. Excellent, good choice. Put your hand up if you've opened the textbook already. Some of you, great choice. Okay, make good choices here. All right, number two, another resource is the Hello. I'm the lecturer today. Welcome to this class. Please listen to me, memorise what I say, and you're going to have a good time in the exam. Okay? Another resource is the lecturer. Okay? You come to the lectures and the lecturer speaks to you. Okay? Now, that's good. You make a good choice. You come here for the second resource. Here's another resource. That is consultation. What's consultation? Do you have consultation hours? Okay, our lecturer, which days? Wednesdays. Consultation on Wednesdays. This week is week 5, am I right? We're in week 5. How many of you have gone to consultation in the first 4 weeks? Hands up. Show of hands, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So is that about one? Yes. Okay, so that's a resource that you remember, you've got an engine that will take you wherever you want to go. Your engine will take your body to wherever you want to go. But your mind is saying, oh, I'm not going to use this resource called consultation because I'll think I will get by with the lecture, the textbook. You're not using a resource that is available for you in the university. Why not? Why not? Don't you want to speed up your learning? What if you go to consultation with a group and you get you, the 3 of us, let's go together to consultation and learn something. Or get clarity on the topic for this week. And when we go to consultation, maybe it's hard for a lecturer to inspire all of you in one big room. But when 3 of you go together to consultation, you can get more inspiration. Now, I understand that that's a choice you decide, I'm not going to consultation, I've tried it, it didn't work for me. But how many of you have tried consultation? Not many of you. So how can you say it won't work for you as an inspiration? Somebody might say, I only need a consultation. I only need to go to consultation if I don't understand 90% of the material. I'll go to consultation. No. The consultation is a resource. Remember, every day you're making choices about the resources you're going to tap into. Why? Because you've got an exam in about less than 10 weeks. Am I right? That's a deadline. Okay? So your job between now and the exam is to tap the resources. Textbook, lecture, consultation. Okay? Use all of them. You cannot just rely on one or the other. They're choices you make. Okay, you decide to go to consultation. It's not that, consultation is optional. I've got better things to do. I want to hang out with my friends in the library or something like that. So that's a choice you make. I'm not saying you have to go to consultation, but I'm just telling you that when you decide not to go to consultation, you are making a choice too about the resources that you are tapping into. All right? Remember, your engine will stop one day. Your engine will stop one day. And between now and when the day it stops, you're making choices with your mind. So when you start to think about this, at that level, you start to be more conscious of, okay, I'm at university, I've got an exam, I need to tap resources. Boom. So let's think about the timing. Let's think about tactics. All right? That's the strategy. Strategy is, hey, I need to do good by my engine. I've got so much time here at Monash. My mind needs to be responsible for what my heart has given me for today and my time here. Okay? So you tap resources. Okay, tactics. Some of the tactics that students use are in week 10, 11 and 12, let's go to consultation to make sure that there's something we may have missed and we've got it. Okay, let's go to consultation in week 10, week 11, week 12. Sorry, by then it's going to be too late. Too late. What I mean is too late for you to understand the content. Yes, you'll get it memorised and yes, you'll pass the exam, but tell me, do you enjoy memorising things in order to pass the exam? Wouldn't you like to understand something and pass the exam? So remember, the material you need for the exam or your understanding is like a big giant elephant. Okay? Excuse my Cantonese, Dai Bang Jern. Do you know what Dai Bang Jern means? Big Dai elephant. Bang Jern, alright? Big elephant. Big Dai Bang Jern, alright? Cantonese correct, right? Alright. Okay. I've been in Hong Kong too long. Cantonese here. Okay, so you got a big giant elephant. It's nearly impossible to eat that elephant in the last 3 weeks before the exam. How do you eat an elephant? You eat it one bite at a time. 1 week. You take a bite. And by the time 10 weeks have gone, you can eat the elephant. It's impossible to eat it in the last 3 weeks. So, what is the topic of today?
Cash flow statement.
Pardon?
Cash flow statement.
Okay, the topic of today is cash flow statement. So, here's an example of thinking about your choices. A tactic is that you say to yourself, hey, I've got limited time here. I want to make a choice. I want to eat that part of the elephant this week. I want to eat cash flow statements. You come into the lecture, we're going to present cash flow statements to you. You're going to eat it. If you don't understand it, you can put your hand up and ask questions. And of course, it's very difficult when there's 400 people here to get all of your questions answered. Understand that. But then after the lecture, you pick out, can you come with me? Let's go and book a consultation time and understand cash flow statements. Let's eat this topic this week. And then next week, there's another topic. You eat that topic. And you eat every topic, week by week by week. You'll be ready for the exam. The minute you start making choices about delaying your digestion of the topic, suddenly you've 1 or 2 weeks left and you're in memorization mode. And yes, you can do that, but it may not be as enjoyable. It may not be enjoyable. All right, so I want to inspire you. Put your hand up if you would like to eat the topic this week. Hands up. Oh, come on, who wants to eat it? You want cash flow statements this week. Eat it meaning you want to understand that topic this week. Right? It's your little deadline. It's a deadline you set for this week. I want to understand a topic for this week. Then you set a deadline for the following week and the following week. That's how you eat the course. In any course, right? Accounting, non-accounting, it doesn't matter. Right? If you take that approach, you'll find it much more enjoyable when it gets to exam time. Because you'll be able to digest what you have eaten. That elephant will taste very nice. So what do we do now? What's another tactic? How do I inspire you? Number one, the exam is a very poor inspiration, all right? It's a deadline. It will motivate you because you cannot change. Can we change the date of the exam? Okay, we cannot change the date of the exam. I'm sorry. Okay, that's set. Okay, so you have a finite time between now and the exam. So now you need to make conscious choices about your understanding before the exam. Okay, how else can you get inspired? Number two is that you love the topic. Hands up who loves accounting? Not many of you understand. So then that's a tricky one, all right? You don't love the exam, but it's not going to change. You don't necessarily love the topic. It might take time to learn and understand and get to love the topic, okay? What's the third way of getting inspired? The third way is to use YouTube. Go to YouTube and maybe this week after the lecture, you have consultation. You get a group of you, go to consultation. Then maybe you go onto YouTube, look up cash flow statements, and you find a teacher on YouTube. There are tens of thousands of classes online. And you listen to that class. And you will find a class on cash flow statements on YouTube. Then once you listen to the lecture, you listen to the YouTube, suddenly that's twice you've listened to it. Maybe a third time, maybe you go to consultation, there's a fourth time, suddenly you get familiar with the terminology and understanding of the topic. Because here's the big challenge that all of you have. You all want variety. Put your hand up if you like variety. Variety means you like special things happening. Variety is that Sadia said, oh, your head of department's going to come and talk to you. Put your hand up if you were looking forward to that. Because it's different. Right? You like variety. So be careful when you're making choices. Just be conscious of, I know, my mind wants variety. We want to do things different. But in order to understand something, I need to look at the same thing 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. That's not variety. That's going over the same thing again, again, again. You with me here? That's why many of you find it difficult to get motivated to study. It's a natural instinct of our mind to want new things all the time. And so you listen to the lecture. That's the first time. Okay? Then you listen, maybe you record the lecture, you listen to the recording again. Can you record? They can record the lecture. And, by the way, I'm recording today's talk. I always record. It's okay. Nothing wrong with that. But you listen to the same thing 5, 6, 7 times, your brain will start to turn off because it wants variety. So that's something you need to be conscious of and make a choice. I want to get this topic and I need to listen to it once, twice, 3 times before I get it. Brain, you just got to put up with this because I want to understand what this topic is about. Variety is going to be your biggest distraction, wanting variety. Okay, so finally, I want you to think, YouTube has a lot of teachers that will teach the same topic online. So Dr. Sadia was going to teach you cash flow statements. Then you can go to YouTube, watch it again. Maybe there's variety because there's a different teacher covering it. But just keep in mind that the variety ends when you start to come to understand something, okay? Your purpose is to try and understand a topic. And so that is something just be aware of, right? So in summary, it's very hard to learn something at the last minute. It's very hard to eat the elephant just before the exam. So use all the resources. What were the resources? The lecture, textbook, consultation. Is there an assignment they have to do? You have to do an assignment, okay? So you've got your groups. They have groups. Individual, okay? So you can, in a group, I recommend when you go to consultation, go as a group because some of you will get it, some of you may not, then you can go back and discuss. At the 20-minute mark in consultation, the prof said something, but I didn't understand it, and your group mate was in the consultation. Oh, I know what that means, and the group mate will explain it to you. You see? That's how you consultation even more. So that's all I want to say today. Be inspired. Remember, you've got a finite engine here, which means you need to make more conscious choices about what you do every day. Got lots of resources. Use all of the resources, not just the lecture and the textbook. And put your hand up if you're going to eat cash flow statements today. Who wants to eat it? Can I have a yes? Who wants to eat cash flow statements today? Yes. I didn't hear you. Yes. Okay, I want you to eat the topic today. Eat it means fully understand it by this week. Okay? Good luck and come and see me if you've got any questions. I'm always available and see you around on campus. Thank you.